Hello, hello, hello. It's Wednesday, my crew. Hello and welcome to Party Wipe, episode 43, where we make a roguelike deck builder in Godot. How's it going, everybody? Hey, Lost Sleep. Hey, Nanigans. Hey, Arneo, let's go. Did you figure out your itch.io upload stuff? Hello, hello. Hey, Quellis. It has been a minute. How are you doing? You have any fun this summer? I don't know the last time I saw you. Only a short while? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Kappa. It's all a short while. All right, maybe not the epic battle song. Maybe we switch to. Okay, this song is just called Milk, but all right, we'll give it a try. And it has no author. Itch wasn't as complex. No. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird for sure. I don't know how all of that interacts. Like, what happens if you put up a web build, but you also add a price? Or, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how all of that stuff interacts when you want people to make the game available to people multiple ways. I haven't messed around with that. And you know what I haven't done is set up Butler, which automates all of it for you anyway. I probably will for this project just to, like, save myself. Assuming we can get a web build of this up. I spent, like, the whole evening fixing a bug. Like, literally the whole evening. I might have been playing How Many Dudes at the same time, but that's neither here nor there. Hi, Sapphire. Yeah, there was this really annoying problem where no matter what I did, I couldn't get it so that this button would still be pressed and the equipment would still be up as soon as I played a card. Like an equipment card. Very insane. I figured it out. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to make it so that clicking on them alone does not engage this redeploy situation. Either it's a conundrum. What I essentially need to do is I need to separate this idea of the character is selected and moving with the idea with the character sheet is open. The problem is the character sheet being open, the character is necessarily selected. Necessarily. I wonder if I should leave something up for where the player was. Like if I should leave that as like a dotted line or something. Where the character came from. Or maybe I put like I can't really do semi-transparency. It's kind of a problem. Unless I do some weird layering. So I don't know. At least now if you are moving around and you select another character, it moves the other character back. I swear I didn't program that. That's just like a side effect, but it works. But yeah, equipping seems to be fine now too. So now when you equip the item, you see the item, the page opens so you can read it. But now, because the character's selected, they're like stuck to my cursor, and that's what I want to undo. Do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna utilize the move button. I'm probably gonna add a little description in the deployment phase. It says like, freely move your characters. or something like that. Just so that you're not like afraid of paying the movement price or something. But yeah, I think we're actually going to set up this move button. The real question is, I probably need disabled versions of the button that are both full and partial, just the icon. So act will just be disabled in the deployment phase, but move won't. Let's do that. Manigans, you spent the evening with your game open to work on, mostly procrastinating, not getting anything accomplished. Yeah, I remember you being pretty active in LSG's stream. I was not, because I was trying to get something done, but I was also leading a glorious team of dudes to victory. You know how many dudes run. Those runs are very binary in that you either kind of just run away with it early, and then it's kind of just like an easy clap kind of win. Or you don't put it together early, and it's just a kind of a slow grind to like an eventual death. Kind of a bummer. Those games are fundamentally very snowbally. I'm interested. There's higher tiers of difficulty, and the way they have it set up, there's 3 tiers of difficulty, and the only characters you can bring into the higher difficulty are characters that you've won with in the first difficulty. Apparently people don't like that, and they're potentially adding a way that you can get around that, but I kind of like it, because it kind of forces you to figure out what characters work and how they work together. While still there's enough characters where like I'm looking forward to like trying new combinations of ones that I've already messed with at the higher difficulty. But I haven't even gotten to the higher difficulty yet, because I want to like... I'll probably do 1 or 2 more runs at the regular difficulty, so I have a nice sufficient pool of characters that are available to me at this higher difficulty. Kind of interesting. Pretty interesting. All right, so we'll turn this off. You sapped all the productivity. You really did. You were just like productivity farming the whole stream, LSG. Okay, that still works. So technically this should also be disabled, because there isn't anyone. But once we select someone, the move button should become enabled. I also want to swap end turn for like a different button. I'm going to have like to battle or something like that. To battle. I made the button last night. I just need to swap it in. And the only real question is, do we make it just a superficial difference? And I think the answer is yes. It's just annoying because it means someone has to manage this button. Or it needs to manage itself. Neither of which is my favorite option. But yeah, we need a disabled version of this button that's the full button, not just the icon. Throw that in here. I'll just leave it up. I've started just leaving the game running while doing anything. It seems to help with people popping in. I don't know why. I don't know why people... I looked at my stats yesterday. We're not getting anything special from YouTube. And yet, the viewership on YouTube has, like, gone up by, like... an uncountable... maybe 10x. 10x or something the last week. I don't know what I'm doing right. But leaving the screen up, having something visual up seems to be helping. Now I'm just like, man, I wish I had my Steam page up. But soon. Hey, Rhiannon. Arnia, you got some work done today, too? Nice. you're in the basement workshop working on stuff, Sapphire? Nice, that's fun. Okay, you don't like to do sound design on stream? No, I don't like to do that either. I've only done it once for like a jam, but it was awful. What does a magnet sound like, LSG? I want to know. Is it like a hum? Like a low hum? Oh, it makes a Wii U sound. Okay. That's not what I thought. That's not what I expected. What am I doing? I don't actually remember. Oh yeah, move button. Checking my set of textures. Here we go. Buttons. Move button. Eh. Okay, I need to make that clearly. I'm not. No, I don't think we have room. Rip. What am I gonna do about that? Could I get away with not doing this? 28. What size is this thing? 34. Does it need to be 34 though? Could it be 28? Probably not. Oh, maybe. I have to move this whole thing over, huh? Seeing if I can get away with a trick here. I'm gonna bet the answer is no. Nope. Okay, the answer is strong. Strong no. Unless I cheat a little. No, the answer is no. Okay, we have to figure something else out then. Oh, you might try to stream tonight, Nanigans? Nice, nice. Hey, Rhiannon. Thanks for lurking. Oh. Yeah, okay. Wii U, not like a siren, like a force field tractor beam. A low oscillating hum. Yeah, that's what I said. Low hum. You came at me with Wii U. Very inappropriate, LSG. Let's see. Okay, so I don't have room, so we just make the thing taller, I guess. I think it's 34 by 34, so we need another 34. 22, 38. Just take this. Whoa. Except it needs to be painted right. Should really do this in the opposite order, but who cares? Okay, this will be good, I think. So what we want to do is we actually want a different... We're going to rename this one tab. Whoa. Everyone's having a good Wednesday here. Made it. We made it to the middle of the week. That's something. It's not much, but it's something. You just got to do a bit of management. So this is going to start out like this. Start at disable. Let's make sure this all works out. You're having a very Tuesday-ish Wednesday. Interesting. You're switching from Gmail Meet to Outlook Teams at work. Oh my God. Why? Some supply chain manager got like a good deal and was like, it wouldn't be that much work to switch the entire infrastructure, would it? The answer is yes, it would. Kind of tempted to add the shadows to the divider between these buttons. Kind of tempted. Not quite sure how that would entail. Hey, Aspect Impact. Thank you for the follow. That's good. I'm glad the follows are working today. Yesterday, I didn't get notified of any follows. I'm not going to hit the undo button. We know it's broken. We know it's broken. I almost hit it. All right. Who is responsible for changing this button's texture? I think the button itself should be responsible because I just can't be bothered. So we're going to add a intern button function or script, you know. We're going to put a couple of on-ready things here. Is the intern button not here? Why isn't it in this folder? Dave? Oh, is it because it's just a sprite? That's probably why. actually not complicated. No, it definitely needs a texture. Oh no, I guess it doesn't. But it does now. So that's great. What is this? An atlas texture? Intern button. Disabled. Not disabled. Intern button. Normal. Oh, you know what? We need to swap out the whole thing. That's kind of annoying. Maybe I do want different buttons. Actually, instead. Never mind. Never mind. We'll just have a different button. It's fine. Just hide it. We'll just hide it when we don't need it. So we're just going to duplicate this. Although all of its signals are connected, so maybe duplicating it was a mistake. We'll just disconnect the signal. This will be called To Battle. The To Battle button. Happened to your last job with Slack to Teams? Yeah, we went from Zoom to Google Meet, which was good because we already had Google Workspace. I like Google Workspace. Google Meet's kind of a piece of junk, but Workspace is pretty good. I couldn't imagine going to Outlook and Teams. I would be so anytime I have to join an external call with like a vendor or something and it's through Teams, it's a nightmare every time. Crazy. Yeah, Teams is clearly the worst. And Outlook, don't even get me started on Outlook. All right, let's get this button set up here. So I don't actually need those textures. All I need to do is swap in. Well, I need textures. I just don't need this. Wait, I do have textures. They're just not in a folder. Why aren't you in the buttons folder? Oh, there you are. Why doesn't an icon show up for these? That's weird. Usually does. Save. Huh. Strange. Usually you get a nice little icon. Whatever. Put that in the buttons folder here. This tune is my jam. Very chill. Teams is truly awful. Yeah. I could imagine. I have a problem. I foolishly have my work email. And by work email, I mean my email, like the Digital Iliad stuff is all set up. It's on work mail, which is like an AWS service because my domain is managed through there. Don't hack me. And they're they're getting rid of it next year. And so I'm like, I have to figure out, I have to migrate everything. I broke my website so I could get off of WordPress and I haven't fixed it. I was just going to do a redirect. I've broken everything basically. My email is getting deprecated. My website's broken. I'm just going to move it all off of AWS onto something. But I'm thinking like Proton Mail and maybe like Card for the website part, but I have to get all that set up. And it's one of those things I really don't want to do. Why doesn't the little icon show up here? It's weird. You find Teams a lot more stable? Yeah, Google Meet is not stable. My problem with Google Meet is not stability, or Teams is not stability. For me, the problem with Teams is that it, like, their app doesn't even work anymore if you don't have, like, if you don't pay for it or whatever. It, like, it sends you through this weird broken loop where ultimately you just have to do it through a browser. It's I don't know. Yeah, my problem with it, but once you're in, it's pretty good. Whereas Google Meet is kind of wild. Yeah. But everything else around, I'll easily take that if I get to avoid the rest of the Microsoft ecosystem for this stuff. I'm low-key tempted to set up my stuff through Google, but I don't want to. I would slowly like to move myself off of a lot of this stuff. Have stuff that's like a little bit more, you know, small scale, or, you know, not just the big box, literal worst version of everything. But that does involve extra work and a bit of a compromise, so not there yet. Know what I'm doing? I'm letting myself get riled up. All right, what size is this? 130. 34, probably. To battle. Oop, too far. There we go. Do I have a disabled version of this? I'm not sure I do. But I probably should. Let's make one real quick. Well, maybe not. We'll make it if we need it. Well, I don't know. And Turn doesn't have a disabled version either. They probably both should. Just gonna not worry about it. Whenever a company switches systems, it's weird how it never switches to something better. Truly. Hey, Footlong Icicle, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. How are you doing? You managed your own mail servers before? Not very fun. No, yeah, I don't want to do that either. I need to do more research, but I'm tempted to try Proton Mail if it's possible. So why are you this and why are you this? Okay. Why is everything in the wrong order? I guess I don't realize which. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. I did all this work and it's like, sorry. We didn't save any of it, or we saved it incorrectly. It's like, thanks. right, so now we got our little to battle button. And that will end the deployment phase. What we need to do now is we need to hook in the move button, both so that it becomes enabled when we select a character, and so that it gets us into this move state. Should probably hook these signals up to something. What is this one called? Pressed. Intern button pressed. Battle button pressed. Turn manager. Okay, we'll give it up to the turn manager here. And battle button pressed in the turn manager. That should probably just automatically prompt a confirm. Yeah, it's really hard to get away, LSG. I would like to even slowly move off of like GitHub onto like my own Git. I'd like to do all of these things. The likelihood that I actually end up going through with any of it is slim. Although the mail thing I'm being forced to do because they're literally discontinuing their mail service. Amazon Work Mail is. Just cool. Classic Google move. I kind of want to expand this deployment phase button to include a little description about what you can do. So I might do that. I'm doing, this is kind of like, this is like a low effort day. There are probably more important things we need to do. But I'm just managing my energy level, I guess. All right, what would the tagline take up? Freely move your party members and play cards from your hand. I don't think I have room for all of this, but we're just going to try something. Okay, this is way long. I guess this could be freely move your party members. Okay. Let's make this bigger. Much bigger, but bigger. How big is the... How big is this? Might actually need to be... It needs to be at least this big. I actually don't think we have room for everything I want to include on here. But it needs to be at least this size. $66. Okay, try that. I just want people to realize that the move is free. Oh, you know what? 66 might not be right. Does that include border space? It does. I don't know why. I guess I could bring this in a little to conform. Very funny nanigans. Proton mail is probably the best option. Yeah, that's what I want to try. That's what I want to try. Now let's see if we have room here. Freely move your party members. Should I say like now? Probably is too long. Yeah, I gotta get rid of the now, but otherwise this seems fine. I might even have a set room for a second line. I would kind of like room for a second line. Freely move your party members. On the left. Oh. That's fine. Okay, freely move your party members or play any cards in your hand. I don't know if I need the exclamation mark. I also don't know if there's room. Be careful about this kind of shit. This seems okay. Freely move your party members or play any cards in your hand. Maybe it's and. Could be or. Could be and or. Could be and or, even. And or. I don't want people to think that they have to play the cards in their hand now. Like, they could just play the cards later. I don't know. It's getting a little close to the edge here. Down by the corner. I would like more of a bounds. Maybe I don't need to mention the thing about playing cards. Should it say, like, within the deployment zone? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to go with less is more here. It's too far over this way, though. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, something like this is probably fine. I don't think it needs to be perfect. Because the playing your cards thing, you can always freely play your cards. So I don't need to mention that. Seems fine. Hey, Kekug, how's it going? Arneo, your game has made $1 from your dad. It's a start. For size reasons, is freely needed? Yes. I want it to be clear that you can move them freely. But I don't think there's a size issue. How's it going? Smooth in a second. I feel that, LSG. All right, so you can freely... So the thing we need to do is when you select a character, you know, I could tighten this up a little. It doesn't need to be quite this big. I would call that like kind of a micro optimization, but it's aligned with this, which I think is okay. All right, now what we need to do is we need to like, well, just selecting a character doesn't automatically make it moving. You need to select the character and then click the move button. And then to battle needs to have like a confirmation prompt. Go back to that Chris Z course soon. Done everything short of getting a Steam page up. Gotta hire an artist. Is that in the course, hiring an artist? No, you're talking about the capsule part, yeah. I haven't done any of the Chris Z courses, but I've watched some of his videos and read some of his blogs. I know his course is free. I probably have it. In fact, I think I've even bought some of them. I should look at that. Chris advises strongly for getting a dedicated capsule artist. I have one. I agree. I think it was cool when I was trying to do my little pixel art one. I think that would have been fine. But I'm not going to do a pixel art one with other people's pixel art, that's for sure. I'm hoping to talk to my artist this week. Yeah, I really want to get the Steam page up. We're getting all this viewership. We're getting all this viewership in YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Y'all are outscaling my Twitch viewership here pretty significantly all of a sudden. And yeah, not having a Steam page up is brutal. Oh, hi, Bart Lane. It's nice to see you. Always a pleasure to see you in the city. Yeah, so we just need to have an is moving component and get this button hooked up. Is this aligned the way I would like? Probably not. Oh no, it is. Okay, good. I think it's a little too big, but I think it looks okay. What we got going on here? 9. Yeah, this is a little too big. Let me move it up just a little bit. Is this an odd number? Yes. Okay, yeah, let's move this whole thing up like 1 pixel. And then move the base up 2 pixels. I think I'll be happy. It looks identical, but it makes me happier. It's technically slightly smaller now. Okay, hooking up the move button. So, whose job is that? Whose job is that? Probably the move button row. Toggle move button disabled. Okay. We're gonna have to do some texture swapping here. So you know all about all these textures, right? Numbers are picking up for you too? Hell yeah. You need a funnel to send them down. Yeah, you need to capitalize on that. How's it going, Remus? At first, I was concerned that it was just like bot traffic because it came out of nowhere, but it seems legit mostly. Very happy. Very happy to have you all here. Sorry to talk about you like you're not here. You YouTube chat. I know you're here though. I know Cake Hug's here for sure. Appreciate you all. Do it like this. You know, I kind of did this stupidly. This should actually be act button disabled tab so that it sorts better. YouTube chatters rise up. I see you, Arneo. I see you over here being a provocateur. Appreciate that. Over on the YouTube chat. Smooth, you're in? All right, yeah. Let's go. Oh, this is wrong. Everything got messed up here. Somehow. Seems correct. Except that one. Should be this one. All right. Various button states are good. So what we kind of need here is we've got this if disabled. So if not act button dot disabled, we need else. want here is we want move button dot texture disabled to be move button disabled tab. Do that down here, I guess. Actually, let's do it up here. We also need to change the custom minimum size then, I think. Oh, it would be the tab. All right. This is nice. So this is like we're using a nice version of the texture here. If not, action button dot disabled. Yeah, okay. C index is 0. That doesn't seem right. We do that here. To the barricades. It's a revolt. Maybe you should start multi-streaming. You can just get the Steam page up. I don't know, but maybe. I mean, clearly it's working for me. It's, well, I don't know, clearly it's working, but I am getting good value in terms of like, I'm getting people, traffic to the channel. I'm really more curious about what happens when I start doing like YouTube shorts or even devlogs. You have to be a lot more careful about... On Twitch, you can kind of stream whatever and Twitch doesn't care. But on YouTube, it typecasts you really quickly. So if you like you can't have a variety of content on your YouTube page. Like, and I actually don't know if that's true across different types of content, like live videos versus VODs versus shorts. I'm hoping that the shorts and... Well, the shorts at least will perform differently than the vlogs. Like, I'm hoping I'm not pigeonholing myself here, but the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, has a lot more judgment about a lot of this stuff. All right, so we're going to try to set the move button to be enabled. Okay, move button disabled. Toggle move button disabled. Move button dot disabled equals disabled. If disabled, else. Actually, do we need to do anything else? Maybe not. Maybe not. All right, so someone's gonna call this. This should really be like a signal. Actually, maybe that's what we do. We hook this up to a signal somewhere. Party manager. Party manager. Environment map. Maybe the environment map. Character fig selected. Yeah. Connect this to the menu button row. On environment map, character fig selected. Let's just say on character fig selected. It is nice to have the VODs. So, I guess. Oh, time sure flies when you're having fun. We've already been doing this for an hour. We're heading back into ads. I say back. We're heading into ads, the first ad break of the stream here. Hold on to your ads. Okay, bye, Bart Lane. Thank you for saying hi. Appreciate the flyby. I don't know about that either, though, Ellis. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's worth having separate channels for VODs versus live or whatever. The advice that I've heard from, I think maybe B-Scotch or whatever, but that's because they do a podcast, so they like peeled their podcast off from their channel because it was skewing their demographic reach or whatever. It was skewing their audience because it was devs listening to the podcast. And then they would go to like upload a game trailer to their channel and they'd have a problem. Clearly it wasn't a big problem because they were getting millions of views on their shorts. So they recovered or whatever. But yeah, they ended up moving their podcast to another channel. And I know other people who do have a B channel for live stuff. I guess you're right. Like Randy. Randy has their main channel where they do their big dev vlogs, and then they have a Randy Unplugged channel where they put their VODs, their live streams. So like I don't know if you'd want a separate channel from VODs or live. Oh, I see what you mean. That was like the same name for two different names for the same channel. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I'm not gonna do it. I'm too far gone. I'm just going to be very careful about my edited content being a specific kind of thing and my shorts being a specific kind of thing. And I'm probably going to constrain a lot of my dev log stuff to the live. Like I don't see myself creating a lot of edited dev logs. Like if I'm posting for shorts or VODs on or videos directly on my channel, I'm probably posting like trailers or, you know, more player-oriented short stuff. So I'm hoping as long as I keep each type of content in a specific lane, I don't get punished too hard, but we'll see. We'll see. The algorithm is unknowable. The algorithm is totally unknowable. So on character fig selected, we don't really need to know the character fig. Actually, maybe we do. We actually do. Somehow. Or we need to hook into the party manager. I actually don't know how I want to do this. So on character fig selected, we will say toggle, move button disabled, false. Let's just start with this. I think we need to connect a signal or something or something, because I'm gonna want to set this character as is moving whenever we hit the move button. So I think I'm gonna do some kind of callback or something. We also therefore need character fig unselected, which also is being triggered on the party manager. So maybe the party manager should do this actually. That's probably better. Because then we can set the is moving part exactly right. Or we have the reference to the character sheet directly, is what I mean. So maybe we do this. We already have a public function for toggling that, so maybe we don't do it this way. Maybe we go to the party manager. So we do all of this stuff, and then maybe at the bottom here we say like, we can just have access to the menu button row. I've been trying to avoid doing this too much, but I'm concerned for it. Okay, menu, move button row, HBox container. It's an HBox container. I actually want it to be something else. Actually, that's fine. Character fig selected. We're gonna say move button row dot toggle move button disabled false. And then we have an on character fig unselected. We'll say move button row dot toggle move button disabled true. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about I mean, it's good. It's nice that you're kind of starting from scratch, but like, don't let that paralyze you at all. Like, I understand the desire to have everything just right before you start anything, but that's like, it's always a bit of a boondoggle. Okay, so button disability is being handled. Move button becomes enabled when we select a character. That should be plenty obvious to the player, especially with this freely move your party members. Little reminder should be good. I think I should align it with this better. So I might tighten this up a little bit more. I don't want to know what the distance is there. Roster. Party roster. What's the distance here? 4? 5. 5 is weird. 5 is a weird choice. Dave? What is it now? 8? And what's the distance between this? 12. 7. Alright, we're gonna move this up by 1. We're gonna move this up by 4. And I'm gonna try to stop fiddling. It's probably better. That's probably fine. Oh, by glob. Raid alert. Hide the code. Oh, is this not actually changing? Temptic, how's it going? Welcome in. Hello, raiders. Otterly Cheese and Connie raid. Oh, a gang's all here, huh? No, you're doing great, Sapphire. Yeah, don't let analysis paralysis or preparation anxiety like keep you from just starting. Hide the code. Everyone yells hide the code. I love that that's my thing now. How's it going, Temptic? How was the raid? How's the raid? The raid is happening now. How was the stream? I'll give you the shout out. The raid is successful. Good. I've gotten it wrong before. I've gotten it wrong. I've definitely raided like Adagon instead of Adagon Dev and ended up just raiding a random like offline channel instead of the person I intended to. You have a dynamic generated map. And you have a map that can get holes. That sounds like all you need. Ship it. Connie, you got good progress together. Oh, cool. You're working on something together. Or are you working on separate things together? Because that's what we do here. We're all solo devs here. You're building together on a jam? Oh, hell yes. Which jam? I have forbidden myself from jamming right now. Welcome, anyway, Raiders. Those who aren't aware of what we're doing here, we're working on a roguelike deck builder called Party Wipe. This is a roguelike deck builder where you draft an RPG party. You've got like little party members. We're in the deployment phase right now here, literally and figuratively. Okay, so we've hooked up the move button, which activates whether you directly click on them or if you do this. So this was the correct way to do it. Although I feel like we're still doing this probably in a roundabout way, but it seems like it's fine. But yeah, all of your cards are your characters and your equipment. So you can level up your characters by playing duplicates to make them stronger and make it so they can equip stronger things themselves. You can play duplicate items and equipment to also level those up. So there's this RPG component. Get card res, get cards at level. Get card res. Okay, so we have a broken... Oh, so anyone who depends on Card Manager right now is kind of in a rough spot. I need to fix that. So we switched our card management recently from like a bespoke solution to this awesome plugin just called Yard, which has been really cool, and it lets us manage all of our cards very easily. Got like all our weapon cards, our hero cards. The Jack-O-Lacka Jam. Oh, nice. Also Raid and Run. Thanks, Temptic. See you. That sounds fun. Jack-O-Lacka. I Googled it, and Google is like, jackfruit jam. The SEO on that is not good. I think I misspelled it. Oh, it's Jackie Code's jam. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Tight, tight, tight. Jackie's great. Love this banner. 4 days? Better get on that. When did it start? The 31st? Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's like a 9-day jam or something like that. All right. Jackie's great. Jackie is one of the great, probably the premier Godot ambassador on Twitch. Which engine can I use? That's fun. The correct answer is Godot only, but web builds only, very smart. No eggplants. Very funny. 3-member teams. Limited AI. Okay, this seems reasonable. This looks like this would be a fun jam. Very cool. All right, so the button works. Now what we need to do is when you press the button, it gets the character into an is moving state. And so how are we going to do that? So these signals need to be hooked up somewhere. Pressed. On move button pressed. So someone needs to register for this. So that's probably what we're going to do. We'll probably register a specific character, maybe, or maybe just the party manager in general. You one or the other. Unclear. I could see the argument for it being the party manager to an extent, but I kind of want to push it down to the character sheet if possible. You gotta run. Bye, Sapphire. Only 4 days left. Wah. You barely have the main menu done. Same, Connie. That's like that's all we've done in this game so far. We've been working on it like 2 months, and all I have is like the main menu. I've never made a card game before, so I was like, and I still gotta fix a bunch of stuff. Like, I need to figure out a better way of showing the deck, especially when the deck gets large like this. A better way to show it. I want a grid thing, but I can't figure out how to get a grid thing to work. I probably need a grid thing with a dark background and like its own. I probably need like a grid. I probably can't use the hand shape feature of this. I probably need to do my own for the deck preview, but yeah, we're all in on just UI stuff. We're barely getting started on the turn-based battle stuff here. All right, let's add a requirement that you can't redeploy if your character isn't registered as moving. That'd be a good start here. Looking good though. Thanks, Darnash. Don't try it at home. It's super risky to invest heavily in an AI when the mechanics, the underlying game mechanics, are arguably not proven yet. Super risky. But my habit is to usually pick two very well received and founded, two very well explored genres or games and mash them together and just hope it's gonna work. But yeah, we do need to get this testing very soon. Redeploy. So should I do the redeploy test quality? Where should I determine whether you can do this or not? Let's see. Basically, where should I do a check? Probably here. Here, let's do this. Let's say I kind of want to do this a little differently. I kind of want to do this like this. This. LF character selected. How do I get this? There's a way of telling GDScript that it's okay. There we go. I'm starting to get annoyed at how like long some of these conditionals are. We're starting to do more. Should that really be here? Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. It's kind of awkward, but I'm getting sick of having to like look all over the place. So I want to say this, and I want to say, and character selected. Oh, so who knows about this? Who knows about this? Who is gonna know about this? UI, not AI. There you go. That's good. Hey, Sir51, how's it going? You want to see the progress so far on the menu? Oh, yeah. Also, how long is this file? All right, let's see. How you been? I'm good. How are you? We're having a good Wednesday here. Oh. Ooh, I need to do some dithering. We need to get some like dithering shaders going on in my game. It's a little questionable to do for pixel art, but that looks awesome. I love the effect around the cursor. Oh man. Yeah, this is A+ a menu. And you have a game under this? This is incredible looking. I'm just teasing. This is great. Cheese and Temptic are building it. Yeah, no, divide and conquer. That's like the best thing about a team, is that you can actually be working on different things at the same time. As a solo dev, that's hard for me to believe. This is awesome. Be interested to see that. All right, so how are we doing? How do we know if we are moving? How do we know? How do we know? Move. Character selected and character selected is not good tile and bound tiles dot has. I guess this could just be a character manager question. It's a character manager question, or we literally put it on the figure. Well, yeah, the character kind of exists in two different places. The character exists in one place in the UI. They're all like clustered. Character exists one place in the UI, such as Rhiannon the Bard here. But the character also exists on the board, as in this figure. We could just have a dictionary on the character manager. It's that, or I actually set a variable on either the character sheet or the character figure. And I'm trying to think about who has kind of primacy here. So I'm going to do the same thing for actions. We're starting in the party manager, but I kind of wanted to push it down to the character sheet. Okay, hold on. Who asks how far we can move? Someone asks how far we can move. Someone does this. I think it's... We get the character sheet. We preview the move cost. Path grid. Character sheet. If character sheet dot is moving. Okay, here we go. So it seems like we have precedence to store this in the character sheet, but I don't totally... We have the figure right here. Is there a reason we need to get the sheet? Oh, it's the move value. We need to figure out how far their move value is. And the move value is definitively stored in the character sheet. Have a game state that knows all about the character and then have two views that displays them in both locations. That would be the smart thing to do. That would be the smart thing to do. I kind of have a knower of things kind of set up like that called the character manager, who, if you ask them from anywhere, they can figure that information out by referring to either of the characters' representations. And that's probably what I'm going to do to just kind of bridge that gap. The only real question is whether to store that information in one of their aspects or, you know, in some third location that represents this abstracted combined thing. But yeah, normally I do like to separate my data from my representation. I like to have a thing that is the data and then other things that are just views into the data. I do like doing that normally, but we're cutting some corners here. So in this case, we got the character sheet. The is moving thing could be fine. Only really one character can be moving at a time anyway, so honestly, I'm tempted to do this. Just be like character manager dot is, well, that's like the is manager moving. I think we'll just put it in the character sheet. That seems fine. The character sheet is more the core representation of the thing, and the figurine is just a representation on the board. So we'll do it that way. We'll do it that way. Makes a little more sense, because if your move value or your actions count goes to like 0, you would want to turn this off, and it makes sense to just keep that all in-house. So if that's the case, then what we're going to do here is that when this move button gets pressed, we will just set that. So let's say here, so character fig selected, character fig, move button row dot toggle move button disabled. It's false. So what we want to do here is we want to take our character sheet So let's say variable character sheet equals this. And we'll do this, and then we will say character sheet dot on move button toggled dot connect, or no, it's the other way around. It's move button row dot move. I guess what we could do is we could just say move button. Let me see what we got to work with here, actually. Toggle, move button disabled, action button disabled. Any signals here? No, we have the signal set up here. Mouse entered. Pressed. We have pressed. Why don't we have toggled? It should be toggled. Why is it this? Oh, it's bound to itself? Who is this bound to? Its parent? Dot dot. It's its parent, right? Yeah. This should be toggled, not pressed. Disconnect these. Reconnect these. Okay, so now we got our move button toggled. So this is a function. Should probably just have a signal that it emits. Or we do something from here. Doing something from here is also okay. We could directly invoke the character manager and just be like character manager dot selected char is moving. That'd be better. Probably. Otherwise, we're doing some kind of like signal chain thing. Is that how I want to do this? I don't know actually. But, you know, we'll pick a way. Alright, move button row dot toggle move button disabled. And then now I want to do some kind of thing, either by directly connecting to the character sheet or do something else. Character sheet. What we could do is we could I should probably just have a signal on the move button row that I connect to the character sheet. Probably be the easiest thing to do. Yeah, the split aspects are definitely problematic. It's part of the reason I spent all of last night fixing a bug. Is the complexity of having these multiple aspects of these things. In the way they interacted, being not super clear. But it's okay. It's okay. It's important to keep momentum up. But refactoring is also good, so I might go back and fix some of this stuff later, just not now. In terms of making the abstractions and the representations more clear and more unified. For right now, we're just going to keep moving, and the keep moving thing to do. So let's consider a case. So for deploy, you can freely move any character, right? When you're in deployment mode, we can freely move any character. However, if you're in battle, the only character that can move or act is the character of that turn, right? Like the character whose turn it is. So like here, we can just freely move people around and it's like whatever. But if we were in battle, it would actually be more like you could select other characters because like you could see what their equipment is and you could like play cards onto them and stuff, right? Even if it's not their turn. But you couldn't move them. So what we should do is we should hook up a character sheet under specific circumstances, but not just character sheet selected. So this alone is insufficient. This on character fig selected thing. This isn't enough. So we can't actually control that from here. We need to do something a little different. What does the turn manager know? The turn manager should know if we're in the deployment phase. And we actually want things to go in reverse. So if we're like, let's say I'm messing around, it's a new turn. I don't actually need to select the character whose turn it is. I could just hit the move button and it should automatically select that character for me. See you, Nanigans. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out. So we actually need to be able to associate with a particular character regardless. And so maybe we do want to go through the character manager just because they can handle some of that complexity. We could just say like active character. And I guess we could just have two different sets of behavior. Here, this is what we'll do. We can say if turn MGR. Oh, you're not a global, but that's fine. We still know about you. Or we could specifically. if turn manager dot in deployment phase. Character manager dot in deployment phase. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not be crass. We're going to have a simpler thing. We're going to say if character manager dot can move, should we send the character fig? I guess we could also send the name. Let's use the name. Character name. Seems better. Character manager. Maybe is movable is probably better than can move. We'll say can move. Funk. Can move. String. We'll say character name, string name, bool. So this is where we say things like if turn man. We need to know about the turn manager. You need to register yourself with the character. Not deck manager, character manager. So if turn manager dot in deployment phase, I might say during. Within, I don't know. In is fine. Let's stick with in. I could say is in. Say that. So if we're in the deployment phase, we return true because anyone can be. Otherwise, we want an elif. Here, we need a value. So in the turn manager, we need something like got initiative, round number. Could say something like turn index. So we know where we're going through the initiative. Here, let's have a get active character. So funk get turn manager dot get active character sheet. So this could either be character sheets or it could be character names. I kind of maybe think it should be actually just string names. Let's say get active character. We could say whose turn is it? Funk. Whose turn is it? I'll do that. It's a little silly, but I think it's funny. Whose turn is it? And we'll return a string name. Equals -1. We're going to say if turn index is greater than or equal to 0 and initiative and not initiative.isEmpty, then we'll return initiative turn index. Should probably call this turn order instead of initiative. But I'm going to say initiative. LSG, you're looking to capsule artists. You're so scared of accidentally hiring someone who uses AI. Yeah. Hire someone that you know is real. Like, are you part of any, like, game dev groups? Like, local groups, or... Because I'm in some local groups where if I really needed to, I could, like, reach out and find some artists. And a lot of them work together and share. For capsule art specifically, I don't know really anybody. But yeah, I would definitely not just pick a random person on the internet nowadays. So Funk, whose turn is it? So otherwise, we're going to just return an empty string. Or would it be better to return null? Let's return null. Oh, can't return a null. Empty string. So we'll return an empty string. What does an empty string even look like for a string name? Is it like just this? Or it would be just this? It's whack. Hey Skywalk, how's it going? Local isn't same province. Oh yeah, I mean they don't need to be local. You just need to. They just need to be people whose work you've seen. Have you checked out like the work with indies? I don't know. I guess that doesn't work. Then you're back to just basically looking for randos on the internet. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. If there's any artists you even know by reputation or something, that's always good. That's a good start. We're not serializing any of this. That's a mistake. It's okay right now, I guess. Okay, so if we're in, so I think I've settled some of this stuff out. So we say if character manager dot can move, then we can turn this on. But we do need to associate this with a particular character. So when we select a character, we want to associate this button with a particular character. Maybe we hook it up through the character manager. In which case we would say move button row dot move button dot mov button toggled dot connect to. Actually, I guess the character manager would do that. Actually, I guess we can pre-hook up the move button signal then, is what we can do. We just got to do it in here. On move button toggled. Signal, move button toggled. I actually don't know why I have this running through here. I don't know if I want that. I think I don't. I don't think there's a reason to chain this. Actually. We'll just signal this up to. We'll just set this up and ready. Otherwise, we're just unnecessarily signal chaining things, I think. What we would do instead is we would have a ready function. Oh yeah, there's a Reddit spreadsheet with capsule artists on it. Nice, nice, nice. It's still hiring a random person. Hiring by reputation. I still wouldn't necessarily just pick someone at random. Like, you need to, like, look at their work and, like, make sure that all, like, lines up. Yeah, I mean, if someone's lying about that stuff, there's not much you can do. To be fair, though, I think you could spot an AI capsule image. That's why you need to at least look at their work pretty thoroughly. But yeah, it's scary. I think at least with visual artists, it's still possible to tell. But it's really hard to, like I hate downloading a plugin not knowing if it was, like, basically vibe-coded nonsense. Yeah, it would be harder to know if someone who had real art before. Oh yeah, this is a rough style to, like, try to not get AI. Whoop. I mean, this looks like a real person, but yeah. Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. This kind of stylized kind of look is hard to know. It's hard to tell. But it is very helpful if they have, like, yeah, so, like, something like this. Like, you see the process GIF. You can't really fake that yet. It sucks that artists have to like prove what they're doing. I think that would be really hard to, like, fake something like this. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't talk to any artist that didn't share process GIFs and stuff like this now. I would be deeply skeptical. It's crazy you have to show your work now, but you do. And yeah, it's kind of rough because this really is a style that's, like, I could totally see people. This looks fun though, whatever this is. Cato Pew Pew. I feel like I've heard of that. But yeah, Yeah, especially it's so hard to avoid bots and like spammers and stuff when you're looking for artists now. It's rough out there. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say character manager. We're gonna say act button dot act button dot toggled, assuming I can spell toggled correctly, dot connect. We're going to connect it to character manager dot on act button toggled. We're gonna do the same thing here with move button. This is how we're gonna do this. If I signal up, I only like to do that like one step. I don't like signaling up forever. So can move. Oh no, that was correct. Can move if turn manager dot is in deployment phase, return true. Else if turn manager dot whose turn is it equals character name. Actually, we could say if that or this. I'm starting to do this stuff more layered here. Let's just say else. We'll just say return false. I don't love the double indentation, but I'm getting sick of these like super long horizontal lines of code. It's really untenable in GDScript. Yeah, I believe LSG. I believe it'll work out. Expect the worst, hope for the best. All right, so we've got can move. And then we'll just hook up the button stuff here. So we'll say func on act button toggled on bool void. We need to store. I guess we just get whose turn is it. But if it's not anybody's turn, we need to know who is selected. I guess we need to store that here. Say variable, we'll say selected. Oh, we'll say character selected. Character selected. We'll make this a string name, I think. All right, so if the act button has been toggled, we basically need to this is dumb. Yeah, cold emailing is rough too. That's the other thing about at least trying to like find someone that's in a similar community to you or something is it's a little less cold. So yeah, I would encourage anyone in game dev to like join some local communities, or it doesn't even have to be local, right? Just some game dev community so you can build up a network. And so that even if you don't know an artist that would work, maybe someone else does. Like, I feel like in this day and age, having those personal connections is all the more important. Act button toggled. We're going to say if toggle. Oh, forget about the act version. Let's focus on movement. We're going to say if toggled on. We're going to say I don't know if this should be a yeah, whatever. So if toggled on, let's just focus on the deployment phase part, which is it's toggled on if can move. So we can say if can move, and we can either pass, we can actually basically just pass turn manager dot whose turn is it. And if turn manager returns blank, as in it's nobody's turn, that's fine because it's also is in deployment phase. So if that's true, well, here, let's say if toggled on and can move. Okay, so if all of that's true, now what? I guess for now, what we could do is we could say party manager dot character sheet by name, character selected. Well, hold on a second. On move button toggle, character selected, string name, party manager character sheet by name, on move button toggled, toggled on and can move. I'm going to say if character selected is not equal to, here, let me do this. Settings. Turn manager, whose turn is it? I don't know about that case, actually. This is going to get complicated, but let's try not to preemptively think, like, let's not overthink the complication. Also, we're heading back into ads on Twitch. Hold on. Hold on to your ads. All right, so if toggle on and can move, party manager dot character sheet. Let's just do this right now because I just don't care. Dot is moving. This is we're gonna need a different solution for in the turn, but we can at least maybe test this. Crash immediately. That's fine. Crash immediately. Party manager dot character sheet by name. On move button toggled. Oh, dot is moving is not a function. Dot is moving equals true. Oh, it's also not a function. You're right. So this won't be enabled. And so if I do this, oh, we need to add the redeploy check real quick, or we won't be able to tell if this worked or not. So whether we're doing a move or a redeploy, which honestly, I might make them be the same. No, because redeploy is a little different. Do I want to unselect them? Or do I just want to stop them moving? We'll unselect them for now. Yeah, I do think maybe it would be worth it to like do the thing Connie suggested, which was to have just one core true representation and have everyone else be kind of a view into that. Right now we've kind of got separate but equal representations of different aspects. And we're getting into some complexity there. So here we're going to say elif character selected. Character selected is a character fig, so we need to say and character manager dot can move character fig dot character name or name or whatever. Not name. It's got to be like character. Hold on a second. Character. Oh, character selected. Character selected dot character name. Hey, K-Cug. Bro, you got 46 viewers. I know. YouTube has popped off. It's done this before during my last game. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the hype in the chat with the emotes. I do see those. It's crazy. Thank you all for being here. YouTube has popped off. My biggest regret about that is I still don't have the Steam page ready. But please like and subscribe and come back. We should have a Steam page up and a web build up hopefully in the next couple of months here, which feels like too long. But we're working on it. We're working towards that. So yeah, please come back. The last time this happened, it's because YouTube like quintupled my impressions. So YouTube was just showing me to more people. But I looked at my numbers from like over the weekend and stuff, because I was like, is that happening again? It's not. There's just I think we've just paid. I think doing visual development, making the game pretty, making the thumbnails pretty, just I don't know what it is, but people are coming. People are coming by and they're sticking around, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, we've got a Discord if you're a game dev and you want to kind of share your work or hang out with us or ask questions about Godot or anything. Links should be in the channel description. I wish I just had more ways to connect with people right now. I wish I could get these wish lists, you know. But we'll be there soon. We'll be there soon. We're working on it. Work in progress. But yeah, really appreciate y'all. So now we need to answer this. We also want to have that be up here as well. Where's the move? Move. Move selected. So here we're gonna do this. Yeah, I'm coming around to like the just shortening these long. I want to say and character manager dot can move character selected dot character name. See if this works. So what should happen here? Nope. Never mind. Can move. Oh, can move is... It's not can move. We want to know... So this is the character fig. What we should ask is moving. It's not can move. We need to know if it is moving. Is moving. We're going to have this be accessible by just a string. Return party manager dot character sheet by name, character name dot is moving. That's what we actually want to know. Sometimes your live gets recommended as chosen by YouTube in your feed. Ooh, hell yeah. No, they are still recommending me to like thousands of people to stream, but it's not like what they were doing before, where they'd be like showing me my stream to like 10,000 people. So I haven't seen, and that kind of explained to me the previous jump, but that hasn't happened here, and that I'm just hoping that means that I actually am improving the content. That's just my hope. Redeploy. I'm hoping I'm improving the content, because then that suggests that maybe people will stick around. That's my hope. Okay, so now when I select someone, they shouldn't be moving. God damn it. Why? Is moving. Turn party manager, character sheet, character name is moving. Maybe this is actually being... Maybe this actually is. I think I'm setting this somewhere, because I'm expecting this value to be false. It's being super weird. Oh, you know what? You know what? It is false, but the thing is the preview. So we're checking to see if it can move when we're actually committing it. But the thing is, we need to do this when we're previewing it too. Where even is that? I don't know where to look for that. In deployment phase, elif redeploy. If character selected, what are we doing here? We're gonna say if character selected and character manager dot is moving, character selected dot character name. That should fix this. Okay, so now we're not doing it. Now we're not doing it, which is good. And what if I play like an item onto somebody? Same deal. Okay, so we're not automatically in move mode now, which is good. That's what we've been trying to implement. So now, so it just enables the move button. Now what we need to do is when you click this, party manager, character sheet by name, character selected dot is moving is true. Oh, this needs to be if toggled on and can move. This needs to be toggled on and can move. And character selected is not equal to an empty string. Put that up first. Okay, so pressing the button. Ah, there's a disconnect. For some reason, you are still... Why? Why does this keep happening? The buttons are getting mixed up in this weird way. There we go. That should be correct. So I select the character. I select move. Now move is toggled, so that should switch on the move mode. So that's what we need to hook up now. Right, so we need to say on move button toggled. Toggled on. If toggled on and character selected is not equal to this, and can move. Let's just see if we're getting here. I'm not sure we are. No, we're not. Okay. Interesting. You know what we're not doing is we're probably not setting the character manager.character selected. Let's do that. It seems like kind of a whack way to do this, but this is how we're going to do it. Honestly, maybe we don't do it like this. Maybe we... Yeah, I don't know. I am tempted to unify some of this character access stuff, because boy, are we taking a circuitous route to do this. Character sheet open should select it, but what it needs to do is it needs to... This is really dumb. We're gonna do this for now. Character sheet.character name. Oh, F me. Is that really not how that works? Is it really like character res.character name? The card name? Where do you store your name? Character name. No, that is a label. So it's got to be character res.card name. That's so stupid. I guess I could say character name.text. That also seems stupid. We're going to come up with a better way to do that. Crash. Oh, that was a breakpoint. Okay, I was like, why are we here? All right, so I'm going to select a character. I'm going to say I want to move it, and now I can. Cool. It's remembering that this is on, though, which is a bit of a problem. We got to do that. So hold on. So it doesn't do this thing again until I'm back in the... Until I'm back in here, which is not the best, but... I would like to provide a more ready feedback as soon as I press this. I can do that. It shouldn't be that hard. If I turn this off, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so when we disable it, I would have thought that when you disabled a button, it automatically gets untoggled, but maybe not. So let's say act button dot set or dot set press no signal false. Let's do the same thing here. Move button dot set pressed no signal false. So this way it should at least be unselected whenever we disable it. So I'm going to enable it, and now I'm going to disable it like that and re-enable it like this, and now it's unpressed again. I'm going to enable it. Now I'm going to disable it here. See, that needs, the disabling needs to do something. That's easy. We can add that now. Character manager. We Move button toggled. If toggled on, we can say else. Say. Actually, if toggled on and character selected and can move. Yeah, whatever. I could do this a different way. Alright, doing this. Now we're moving. Okay, so now this didn't get cleared. Even though we're not moving. How do I do that? How do I get that to... So clearly I need to update this in more cases. Right now it doesn't do anything. It turns it on, but it doesn't turn it off. We're getting there, though. Every bit is an improvement. So this alone is not enough. There needs to be a bit more. I kind of don't want this to be a function. I kind of want this to be... Well... I kind of want this to just be a property with a getter and a setter. So that when we set it, we can do some stuff. And then the set can be a little more involved. We can, and then we do some additional checks here, we would say. This is really stupid that we're doing it like this, but it's all right. Get. He's moving. Devro. Hello, Devro. Hide the code. Why does this say not all code paths return a value? I've got a get and a set. What more does it want from me? How's it going? Hide the code. I know I want to, but we need to fix this. Variable, some value, get, return. Oh, I just need to say return. I'm dumb. How's it going? How was the stream? What have you been working on? So this is not, so we're not going to pass in the name anymore. We're just going to say is moving. Kind of weird that we're doing that, but I think it's okay. Hey, Woogie Face. How's everyone doing? Welcome in. This is Party Wipe. We're making a roguelike deck builder in Godot. It's a little game about drafting a little RPG party, equipping them, and surviving encounters in a dungeon. You know, it's some dungeon. We're dungeoning. A bit of dungeoning. Doing a bit of delving. Some serious delving into some dungeons. We're testing this movement button in the context of this deployment system. So I've selected my knight, Bernardo the Knight. I'm moving it, and now I can move it. I unselect, the move is done. I don't know if I love that you finish the move and it fully unselects the character. I think during deployment phase that's okay. But that's still weird behavior. I think we'll need to change that. It's even worse if I hit move and then I turn off the move. Doesn't actually clean up this stuff, but it does seem to fix some of this. Stream was good. You're working on buildings for your farming game. Slow progress. At the end, we noticed the rework. It's starting tomorrow. Ooh. Looks interesting. Thanks, Woogie. Did I shout you out? I did not. Let me do that. Thanks for hanging out here. You got a raid and run, no worries. Good to see you. I'd be interested to see what your farming game is like. Maybe I can catch a stream sometime. All right, so what we need to do is when we unselect the move button, we need to be a little bit more particular about when we update things. Like in the deployment zone, visually. So here we've got if character selected and character manager is moving. We've got all of this. What we should do is we should do the bounds clear first. We should stop doing this every frame, but it is easier this way. All right, so now if I click this and we move, it doesn't redraw it until we're on the screen, but what if I unclick it? It still doesn't redraw it on the screen. So there's it's checking to see if our cursor is in the area. And it's like, I kind of want it to do that, but I also kind of want it to update it immediately. I don't want to have to click it and then mouse over. That's why I have an in and out of bounds difference, right? Although, wait, now I can't move anything. Okay, well, I went too far. That's fine, we'll undo this change because that didn't actually fix anything. So elif in deployment phase, if map zone has point, yeah, this is causing us problems. We'll have to add a branch that handles that visual update, whether we're actually in a position to provide valid input or not. Right now it doesn't. Right now we only follow this branch if we've got valid movement. Well, we need to do something. We need to do something. quite sure what I want to do with that yet. That I don't mind putting a pause on a little bit. Because cleaning that up is going to be kind of a mess. So we move. We're now movable. If I undo it, it doesn't update it at all. So yeah, we need to, that's clearly a problem. It does update it if I end the move, because it just goes through a full unselect. It fully deselects the character, which again, I don't think is what I actually want to have happen. I think there's a little bit of friction for not being able to move your character until you hit the move button. But maybe what we can do is we can do some focus tricks, so that like when you select your character, the UI focus becomes this button. And then you can just hit A or something or whatever. Like, it doesn't really work for mouse, but if you were playing keyboard or on a controller, we could probably do some tricks with focus, UI focus, to reduce a little bit of that friction. We got some time. Let's try to fix this feedback issue. So we can ignore the card dragged situation. We can ignore this for now. But this, we need to do some stuff. In deployment phase. Sorry, someone was trying to call me. I didn't go. Weird. Sorry about that. All right, so what I want to do is I want to reset this more often, but not all the time. Not all the time. Actually, maybe I can do it all the time. Let's try it. But we can't do it like, we can't gate it behind this, the button press thing. Maybe what we need is a function that we can do this in a function. We need to be able to do it outside of this. So if map zone has point cursor map and not was card dropped. Yeah, this would be best done with like a signal. So let's try that. Let's try that maybe. I do think it's a mistake the way that I've connected these all separately. There's a lot of weird circuitous stuff because we have things split between this tile map representation and the UI representation. and they're both authoritative to an extent. And at least for the characters, what I should do is I should do that third representation that's the truth, which is stored on this character manager. And then the other two are just windows into that truth. And then that would make it easier to do all the signaling and stuff directly on the camera. It would be easier to do the signal up than call down thing, which Godot wants you to do. Because right now what we're doing is a lot of Spider-Men pointing at other Spider-Men. Oh, first it was Dev Row. Now it's the Dev House. Rating with a party of 10. Long time no see. Hide the code. How's it going? How's it going, Dev House? How was your stream? Hello again. Recrevi. This is a party wipe. We're working on a roguelike deck builder. Redraft an RPG party. We're working on hooking up some of our UI buttons so that you have to specify that you're in move mode. So how did I break this? Because now not even pressing the move button is sufficient to get things moving. Can I commit a move? No, I can't. I can neither commit a move nor preview a move anymore. Issue. Let's see what we got going on here. What have I done? Let's stop doing that, for one thing. I don't think that's what it was, but stop doing it. Stream was great today. Lots of shared design ideas. It's always nice to collab on the stream. Oh, yeah. You've got some collab stuff going on. That's cool. Good to hear. Okay, move works again. Okay, so we can move, and we can preview the move, and we can commit the move. And it's deployment phase, so we can move freely within the deployment zone. I think freely move is a little misleading. Maybe it should say freely move your party members within the deployment zone. Instead of just freely, because it really isn't free. It might be too big, though. Textually. We move this up a little more. Hey, Beatus. What is the registry tab? Yes, it is. So this is a card game. So we have lots of cards. I've barely even begun to make them. And this is Yard, aka yet another resource database. And it's just a really nice table view for your resources. So I've got like I've got a resource per card. And a lot of cards are like, there's variations by level. There's different kinds of cards. There's this whole registry that lets me create queryable collections of resources that I can index certain properties and query them. I can control the loading of the resources from here. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. If you've got a lot of discrete resources, it's been pretty good for this sort of thing. Yard with a D. You're too stubborn to use plugins. That's why you like Godot most. You get to build pretty much everything. I'm of that mindset. I've been fighting against that because I've also spent literal years working on my own editors and stuff for games that I ultimately didn't finish. So like I'm a big tools person, but this project I forswore that. So if there's a plugin for it, we're generally using it. And it's paid off because we've only been working on this game for a couple months and we've gotten pretty far. Like we're using a card plugin, so I don't have to manage all the interactions of dealing with cards. We're using art assets. This is my UI, but like I didn't make the font. I didn't make the sprites. I had to build the UI myself because it's like specific to the game, but yeah, I'm trying to take a very aggressive, but I feel you. I'm very much I would rather have my own solution for things kind of dev, but I'm trying to be a little scrappier. Just get something out the door. When you finish your masters, you'd like to make a roguelike? Yeah, I think roguelikes are great. I don't think they're, I mean, it's always the joke that everyone is making a roguelike deck builder, but I think that's been pretty well debunked in terms of, I mean, it's true that a lot of people are making them, but what's not true is like this idea that it's a crowded market and you can't sell one. I think the appetite for games like this, especially small ones that are, smaller ones that are more, that like are consumable, like they're a little bit more bite-sized, you know? I think there's a very strong audience for that deployment phase. So what's the distance here? Because this is what I want to go by. 12, 15. Okay. Interesting. I think I want to move this up a little more. This is 4. No, that's 3. Let's move it back down. Something like that. And then make a little more room for a second line. So I want to have a line that says like, within your deployment zone. Maybe within the. This might have been dumb. Freely move party members in the left third of the map below. I don't know how to describe this. This might be okay though. I need to make more room if I'm going to do it like this though. This is like too verbose, isn't it? I'm gonna go back to just saying freely move your party members. Whoa, too far. Oops. We'll stick with this. Oh, platformers are oversaturated. Definitely don't make platformers. No. There's a difference. No, it's not that they're oversaturated, it's that they don't sell well. It probably is that they're oversaturated to an extent, but I get your point. You shouldn't. It depends on why you're doing what you're doing and what you're trying to make. If your goal is commercial, you probably should pay attention to like what sells well on Steam and like what the market caps are for the different genres and stuff. But if you're just trying to make a game, then don't worry about it, right? It depends. Celeste begs to differ. Yeah, but that's the exception that proves the rule. Just look up Memori, which was a great game that should have done much better than it did. Actually, I guess you can't look up Memori. Can you look it up on Steam still? I would say that it's an uphill battle to make a 2D platformer that's not a Metroidvania. But again, it depends on your goals. It depends on your goals. If you're just trying to make a game that you think would be fun, don't worry about it. There's a lot of people who have spoken way more smartly on how to make a game that has wide appeal, and you can do that with any genre. It's just some genres are easier. Like Friend Slop. Like, it turns out multiplayer like friendly co-op lobby-based games is a pretty easy floor to start developing a breakout hit from. Doesn't mean everyone's going to succeed, right? But it's like it depends on your goals, as with anything else. It depends on what your desired outcomes are. There's no absolutely right or wrong way to do it. Sales trends change a lot in 7 years. Oh yeah, Celeste has been around for a while. Yeah, I don't know if your plan should be to make a jam game that becomes an absolute breakout hit, like a genre-defining breakout hit. Oh yeah, I can't do that right now. We cannot level up cards at the moment. I have to fix that tonight because that's like a major. You like Jonas Tyroller's advice on 4 pillars of game dev? Yeah, I follow that. Scope, fun, appeal, monetization. You can ignore monetization if you're a Steam dev, but yeah. Which I think he also says. But the thing is, part of the appeal has a lot to do with genre. I don't think it's necessarily like absolutely tied, but it's definitely like a shorthand way of communicating appeal. There are no guarantees in this life, though. There's just ways to hedge your bets. But yeah, I absolutely love the whole your game success is like the appeal of the game times the fun divided by the scope. I love that formulation. This is a game that I've kind of engineered to hopefully follow that formula well. We're finding the fun right now, but I definitely picked, like, I was like, oh, we could do a card game combined with like a turn-based tactics game. I think some people would say turn-based tactics don't do great, but I was thinking like, you know, Into the Breach meets Slay the Spire or whatever, right? Also mixed with a lot of heavy reference to Dungeons and Dragons. Like, there's a lot of things that come together into appeal. There's setting, there's genre, there's visuals. There's no one thing, but these are all factors. And you can heavily favor one factor over another, but they all come into play. They all come into the equation. Some way or another. Yeah, I watched a few of those videos when I was coming up with this game idea. We'll see if it pays off. We'll see if it pays off. So far, so good, though. Progress has been fast. Reception has been positive. And that's just on the appeal of it. No one's playing this yet, so I don't know what the fun levels are, but... Alright, so we have a number of problems here with the way this works. There's a lot of nuance, and also none of it's reproducible. Someone can tell you what they did to succeed, but there's no guarantee it would work out for you. But I'm definitely taking more of like the how many dudes approach, which is another game that's like heavily inspired me in terms of the development process. Familiar with Like Be a Landlord? I only vaguely. But yeah, it's good to watch what people have done and think about it. You can't necessarily believe what anyone says or believe or know, or you know, there's no guarantee that what they did is going to work for you, and it's tough. It's tough stuff. There's no A/B testing the universe, you know. All right, so we have a number of problems. Some of these are more eminently feasible than others. One I would like to fix I maybe want to stop this whole we finish the selection when we redeploy. I think all I want to do is to mark the is moving is to toggle the button off. That's all I want to do. So let's swap that. Let's go a little bit at a time. Just a little bit at a time here. Let's not try to like rewrite the whole thing all at once. So what we're going to do here is we're going to redeploy, and then at the end of a redeploy, instead of an unselect, what we're going to do instead is we are going to say character manager dot is moving equals false. Which is mostly the only difference between this and a move. Really plug in a tile here and not have it be just whatever. And honestly, we should do a couple other things. You know, little by little. Do this, I'll say. Oh, how do I know move path dot size -1? I guess here I'll plug in cursor map because that's what we're currently doing. But I think I want something else. Like if you try to partially make a move, I feel like you should be able to do that. And that's a little different, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. So let's see how this works. So you know what? Is this gonna break everything? Or can we actually do this? So character manager is moving. We should fire off some button presses or something. Oh, true, false. Because what we want to do is we want to actually set the turn party manager, blah, 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 is moving. Get. I'm going to do this, and we can say... the only question is, do we want to set this with no signal? I'm actually not sure. We actually don't have a way of even getting back here. That's a problem. Okay, well, let's see what this does. Yeah, having numbers is good. High roller is good. Okay, so now we're not moving anymore, but the thing is we haven't undone the button. So how am I going to do that? So if I press this, what we need to do is we need to get this undone. That doesn't... unpressing the button doesn't even do anything at the moment. Yeah, I need to reorganize the flow. I'm probably going to work on that tonight. Reorganizing the flow of the communication whenever we're asking about character-related things. Because right now it's just there's too many little bits being controlled in too many different little places. It's a little too messy, but we're in an okay spot. Coming up on time here. Oh, we are coming up on time. I appreciate everyone. We're still 50 strong over on YouTube. That's awesome. Appreciate you all hanging out here. It's like outrageous. Again, I really wish I had that Steam page up. Soon. We're gonna start working on the I'm talking to an artist about getting the capsule image together soon. That'll be good. Hopefully Steam page up in the next couple of months max. Can't be too soon though. Can't be too soon. All right, so we listened to the button being toggled. The thing is, we don't really have a way of signaling that back out. Not really. We should. We should have a way to do that. It's kind of messy. Maybe I should have that locked down on like the menu manager or something, just so we don't have to know all of these things. I don't like when these nodes that are like peers directly communicate to them. I'd rather they just like signal up and then something above can call back down. We haven't been doing that in every case because it's a lot. It's a lot to do that. But I think there's cases where it would be valid. Like this. This is a good case. Where we need to call back down to the button and be like, okay, we're done moving now. Time to update everything. I'll look at that tonight. I'll work on that tonight. I was gonna make armor cards, but I can make armor cards whenever. Well, we're doing all right. I still need to fix some of these card sizes. I don't know how I want to solve for this. These names that are a little too big. I could make the cards a little bigger. Probably what I'm gonna have to do. I don't think they need to be much bigger, they just need to be a little bigger. I also need to support having multiple lines, I think. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, let's find someone to raid to over on Twitch here. We do this 5 days a week. Big Boy is streaming. Boolean is streaming. See how long Big Boy's been going. Not very long. We'll go over there. Yeah, this was good. This has been a good day. Appreciate everyone for the raids. We had like 3 raids today. Temptic, Devro, the Dev House. Been a great day. Oh, maybe Big Boy is the last person we raided. Maybe we go hang out with Boolean. Go hang out with Boolean. Boolean's great. They've got better music than me. Got better hair. They're just better. But yeah, I'll work on this a lot more tonight. We will be back tomorrow. We stream Tuesday through Saturday. We're only halfway there. Thank you for the follow. Nachelier. Appreciate you. Progress is slow but steady. We got a playtesting event in a few weeks. I don't think we're gonna make it, but we're gonna try hard. We're gonna push hard for it. There's a way more important playtesting event in a couple of months, maybe like 6 weeks or something. I think that's gonna be more realistic. Of this stuff tonight. Yeah, this has been fun. We're heading out, so thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Hey, Merrick, thanks for the follow. Take it easy, y'all. And I'll see you next time. Ship them if you got them.
Maximum what?